Alright, right now we're on our way to the studio to meet up with Louis the Frame, alright?
As you can see, I'm in the booth today at the studio right now, working hard, working on a new project that should be coming out in July, July 7th. Doing my best. Chicago is, it's turning out to be really hot for a lot of people that's coming out, a lot of young creators, a lot of young rappers, poets, everything. It's really looking good right now, so I'm just glad that I'm a part of the movement. I want my career to flourish and be as grand as, God wants it to be. That's the way I'm putting it. It's like, as far as he wants to take me, I'll go. It's just that simple. But I mean, if you leave it up to me, I want to be the greatest. I want to be the best to ever do it. Period. The message of my music, that's a good question. I want it to be fun. I want it to be cool, but I also want it to be knowledgeable. Like, I feel like there's a lot of things going on in the world, in the country, in our community, in black communities, impoverished communities, all kind of things that's just going on that I feel like people need to be enlightened to. I feel like a lot of people just, have a feeling that some things are messed up. We're seeing a lot of things in the media. We're seeing a lot of things in our communities. We're seeing a lot of things happening around the world. I guess that's what I want my music and my message to be about. Change, positivity, but at the same time, understanding and wisdom of a situation.
I mean, Chicago is Chicago. Some things change, some things stay the same. I think growing up in any inner city as an African American male, you're gonna have challenges, But compared to what these young people are going through today, I think when I was coming up, it was kind of chill, looking back. But it was still, same thing: drugs, gangs, crime, blah blah blah. Same thing you find in the hood, today. I didn't have many influences growing up. I've had some as an adult, but mainly when I was coming up, it was, of course, the Martin Luther Kings and, that type. Malcolm X, I think, is the first person who really inspired me to want to do something as a black man. When I read his autobiography, a lot of my influences came from reading, on TV, maybe, James Evans, but it wasn't that the African American presence in the media was a lot different when I was coming up. It was a lot less influences. So you had Superman and Batman and that type of stuff, but there weren't really very many strong African American images for young people to emulate back then. I would say there aren't enough today. There are more, but unfortunately, a lot of the so-called role models that our young people look up to are athletes and entertainers. And not saying that there's anything wrong with that, but I think it shouldn't be the only options they have, and they don't really see as many examples of black lawyers and engineers and doctors and scientists as they do comedians and rappers and basketball players, So a lot of them only set their aspirations for those goals because that's what they see the most. I've always loved
And after waiting to see a doctor for over 12 hours, the idea of raising money as well as awareness for the disease was put in motion. This is Eugene Lockhart, a teacher at DLA, a head of a non-for-profit business, and a person who has a sibling with sickle cell.
My sister Michelle was staying with me for a few days, and she had fell ill. She's having a sickle cell attack. I live relatively close to my job, so got to the house somewhere before 2, picked her up, made it to the emergency room around 2:15, 2:20 p.m. And basically, she's in pain. Now, I think a lot of times with sickle cell, the idea is that because they can't really determine all the time what the pain is or what the issues are, that a lot of times it goes kind of push it on the rug, and they kind of push her to the back. They go through the same process, and we're thinking, okay, she's in pain. She better can sit up straight. It's not gonna take that long. You know, then it's like 2 hours pass. She actually didn't get into a room until about 4 a.m. in the morning.